In one of the biggest games of the early season, Poly hosted Dunbar. We pick up the action with Antoine Wiggins dropping the bomb. On the receiving end was Garry Smith with the juggling act to pull it in. The 40-yard pass set up this touchdown by Terrence Hinton. Dunbar led 12-0. And then Reggie Boyce took control, taking it right up the middle, shedding tackles all the way. Look at him go. He was finally brought down at the 4. That set up this touchdown by Ali Culpepper. That's all they would need because the defense and Tommy Poly would strut their stuff all day. Dunbar knocks off Poly 26-6. All right, once again, what does this win mean for the Dunbar program?
Oh, it means a lot. It's going to bring some good attention to our program and make more players want to come to Dunbar for football, not just only basketball. And it just helps the school spirit, just not only in the wintertime for basketball, but football too.
People going to look around and say Dunbar is more than just a basketball, it's a football school too. We have an outstanding football program. We always been playing good football, but maybe now we can be consistent and people probably pay more attention to us now. And probably now some of the kids that go other places might want to come with us now and play football for us.
It was a big accomplishment because we lost from about 6 points last year. I felt funny because so I'm glad we beat them.
It means a lot to me. I'm coming out to a different program. You know, you gotta prove yourself. You know, a new transfer student. There, they think you didn't. You know, you can play, but it's just a matter of proving yourself to coach to another players that you can play.
My wife said, "If he one of your best players, why he ain't playing?" I said, "He can't follow my rules. He can't touch the field." 2-3 weeks of that, Shorty just it broke. You know what I mean? Because one thing people don't realize is the problem with a lot of these coaches be so adamant about we gotta win that they will do anything, accept anything from these kids so they can win a game. Fuck winning a game. I'm trying to save lives. Exactly. Because these kids they win these games for you, and then they go out there and do something crazy and they gone because they have no discipline and no structure. Nah, you can't follow my rules. You can't play. That's just how it is. Yo, you break the rules. I don't care. And this goes back to Bucky Lee and what the things I learned playing for him. Bucky didn't care if you were the #1 player to the last man on the bench. You come from that left side, lay that ball with your right hand, out the game. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. He don't care. So that's how when my coaching style. If my #1 dog break the rule, I'ma smash him harder than that last kid on the bench because I want to make an example out of him. For the rest of the kids, be like, man, yo, if coach did that to him, what he gonna do to me?
He ain't got no problem doing it to me.
Exactly. But you get these folks who let these top kids do whatever they want, and you lose your team. You know what I mean? And folks, man, look, that's why these graves, these jails are full for coaches who don't hold these kids accountable.
Pete ain't play that shit.
Not at all. He don't care.
Pete held you accountable.
Listen,
I don't care if you was this star, man. You gonna sit your ass on that bench.
You gonna learn. You gonna learn. That's how it's supposed to be, man. But like I say, a lot of these newer generations, and one of the problems with Baltimore City is the coach Pete, the coach Bond, the coach Renz, the coach Augie Wobbles, Coach Petrie. Once these type of coaches have retired, a lot of the coaches that have come in do not hold up to the standards. You know what I mean? They come with that wreck ball mentality that we gotta win. I don't care. You gotta
about winning.
You gotta build men to win, not win to build men. You know what I mean? Because it don't work that way.
Structure and discipline builds men
all day. That's it. That's it. And that's what we forgot about. You know what I mean? That's a major piece. What up, G? I see you over there, baby.
What's going on, baby? Chilling.
What up, G?
Ain't nothing, chilling.
In the building.
Man, look.
I'm tagging y'all.
Man, look. Yo, he wasn't known for a product, but that's my bro right there.
That's my guy, man. You my guy, yo. You my guy.
Yo, like I say, what you got, man? Like I say, I know you want to talk about the underrated players, man. Like we touched on it a little bit, but you know what I mean? You got a story. You know what I mean? You got a story. Cause like I'm gonna start let me break it and then UG come in. Like hands down was supposed to be starting our whole senior year. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, Coach Stan did what he did. You know what I mean? But one thing I respect about G is he never put his head down. He never complained. He never became a cancer. He just kept balling and balling and balling. And when it got to the big stage of the biggest game, man, G went all ham out there. You know what I mean? He stepped out there when the playoffs come and when, you know, and a season the moment. You know, that's what it's about. It's about seizing the moment. A lot of kids couldn't go through what you went through and still survive. You know what I mean? And when you stepped out there, that's when our defense was at its best. You know what I mean? Both G's and Lance in that secondary. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's when it got real, baby.
Yes, sir.
So
yeah, like for me, it was you know, coming in the gate, you know.
Hold on,
You know, my brother played at Northwood.
Hold on, we're gonna start this thing off right, fellas. What he do,
right.
what he do, good people. Coming y'all live from Tez TV. I'm your host, Tez Dean, and I told you we were gonna have something special today, y'all. The co-host, Dante, and the other co-host, EJ. We got a special guest here tonight. Hey, King, speak your name. Garry.
Garry Hinton. Yeah, Garry Hinton, Dunbar High School, 94 state championship.
Now, listen here, fellas. I ain't gonna overspeak myself, so I'm passing the mic to Tay. Go ahead, Tay. I'm here. I'm here, Tay.
Man, look, we start this off, like I say, the opening topic talking about, you know what I mean, the underrated dogs in a program. You know what I mean? They the ones that folks get looked over. You know what I mean? And Garry and myself, we was in a program where we had the Tommies and the Ali's who was being recruited by everybody in the country. Now, we had a different mentality because our mentality is, look, I'm going to find a way to shine in their light. Not I'm going to find a way to outshine or take their light. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? G's story is a little different than, you know what I mean, a lot. G weathered a storm that kids don't understand how to weather no more. Like, one thing about the game of football, it's going all the ball is not round for a reason. It's shaped how it is because it takes funny bounces. And it's going to always take that right bounce if you stay true to it. You know what I mean? G
Right.
been playing way more than he was playing, but he never got down, never became a cancer, never, you know what I mean, quit like a lot of kids. Oh, I quit. G just stayed, just kept rocking. And when it was the biggest time on the biggest stage, my man G showed off. You know what I mean? And that's blessings to my brother because it's a story that needs to be told. Because in every story, in every great movie, there's a lot of undertone stories. You know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? And this is the undertone story of when our defense was at its best. Is G was in that secondary. And we made history. So go ahead, man, G. Let's talk about that, my brother.
I appreciate it. Respect.
Put G.
Hey,
Let me ask you. Let me ask you this: why was you in a Doug household? Why could you been a cancer?
Well, it started, you know, like the junior year. The junior year, what happened was, you know, coming into the gate, you know, mostly like EJ and all the guys, Dante, Ali, Wiggins, you know, we can go on and on. A lot of them guys was from Northwood. Now, I was affiliated with Northwood because a guy named Coach Andrew.
Right.
Coach Andrew and Dante and EJ tell you about Coach Andrew had a coach with about 20, 30 championship passes. He was like one of the best coaches in rec ball history coming from Northwood. So living in a community with Coach Andrew, my whole neighborhood, I'm gonna start there. My whole neighborhood either played for Northwood or they played for Rosedale, and a few of them played for Obley back then. Then we talking about rec.
Obley, Rosedale, and Northwood was the top dogs back then.
Yeah. And my neighborhood alone, you had they played with EJ and them. You had Todd Gross, you had Sherman, you had Clyde, Jerome Gross, Nate Brown. All, you know, we had all these guys, you know, was from Northwood. You know, Northwood guys. For me coming from Rosedale coming into the gate, which I was recruited by Coach Andrew. You know, I played on some good teams. And a lot of people don't know this. Norfolk was the powerhouse, but it was only like 2 or 3 teams I could bump with Norfolk. And that was like Rosedale and maybe Hanlon Park.
Hanlon Park, that's it. That's it. That's facts. That's facts.
And they was like the major 3 teams. So me coming from there, I was always a standout guy since I started when I was like 6, 7 years old.
Hold up, y'all ain't put Lock Raven in there?
No, they wasn't. They
not back then.
All right, go ahead.
Not back then.
Who you say, Dad?
Lock Raven.
He said Lock Raven. No, we was
man, Lock Raven couldn't tie shoestrings, man.
But
they had a couple games though.
To finish it off, so you know, coming at just that's a little background of it. So but I had an older brother that played with Anthony Wiggins' older brother.
Okay.
Anthony Wiggins had an older brother that played quarterback at Northwood, but he couldn't play because of
his peace, Ronald, baby.
Yeah. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. And his older brother was the quarterback, but he didn't have a birth certificate. So they brought my brother, Craig Hinton, which EJ was talking about the other day when he was talking about the Emerson team. It was my brother, Craig Hinton. They had the big running back, Paul Page.
Oh.
Yeah, that's his name. That was his name.
Yeah.
Paul Page, yo. They had that big-ass backfield, like Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Christian Okoye, he was, that was crazy.
When I say they backfield was big, like the Kansas City backfield with Christian Okoye and Barry Ward, man, it was huge, man.
Yes. I see it.
So my brother was kind of affiliated, he was an Emerson guy, along with my cousin Garfield Griffin and all them. Them guys was big over there at Emerson. So I had an affiliation with Northwood. So Coach Andrew would pick me up after my game. So, he knew I was real good. Herb knew I was real good. And I heard Tad say this. You said this the other day. So I went to Northwood when I was like 11 or 12. And Coach Lenny put me on a waiting list.
That wait, yeah.
They put me on a waiting list. And and that year they had Clarence and Nelson and Keita Perkins and all them guys. It was stacked. Walter Vaughn.
Nelson.
Walter Vaughn. And I came up there and I got on because Coach Andrew brought me up there. I practiced a couple of days. They gave me a Ragley helmet, had me on the waiting list. I ain't had it for a year. And I wound up going back to Rosedale, make it short. I wound up bumping them that year. We wound up beating them 7-6 in the playoffs at 9-11. I was 7. And I remember Herb on the sideline was like, man, I told y'all to keep that boy. I told you. So I always had affiliation with, with the Northwood guys because all my friends played there. And after my games, Coach Andrew would take me to Northwood to watch my brother play. And I would hang up there with Tato and all them. Just hang up there. So anyway, to fast forward to the Dunbar situation. When I came to Dunbar,
let me ask you, Dunbar, your only school you been thinking about going to, or was it any other high school?
At the particular time, my zone school was Lake Clifton. Back then they had it was kind of good, with Big Jody Lawson and Wayne Washington and Mario House and them. I'm a football historian. So they was good. Twin,
Sam, rest in peace, Sam.
Big Sam, and Lake Clifton was loaded. So that was my zone school. So I was thinking about like, well, maybe I should go to my zone school. When Coach Andrew was pushing, like, man, you need to go to Dunbar. I'm like, Dunbar basketball school. So Coach Andrew.
You on mute.
Coach Andrew idea was he recruited. We had 11-13 team, and so did Northwood. So what happened was we wound up losing that year. Northwood was on one side, we was on the other side. We was 12-0, they was 12-0. We lost to Hanlon Park 7-6. Melvin Holly, Melrock dropped the damn extra point. He's a Dunbar man.
Big head.
Melrock couldn't catch a cold button back in the last one, man.
That was his forte.
Melvin dropped the extra point, and Northwood wound up playing Hanlon Park. But anyway, Coach Andrew's idea was like, let me recruit all the guys from Northwood and recruit the guys that I know from Rosedale. We had Lance Atkins, Melrock, me, and a couple other dudes. Let's recruit all of them and send them to the same high school. So I was like, all right, cool. I applied for Dunbar first. I think I applied for Lake, and I think I applied for like City. But I got my first choice, which was Dunbar.
Go ahead, go take your drink, because now you down Dunbar. You down there now. Ain't nothing Northwood down there.
Yeah.
You with me down here, they ain't gonna give me a fair shot. Go ahead, talk to me.
Yeah, so coming in the gate. So the funny thing was that 9th grade year, Dante, Melrock, I think all them guys went to play for Herb at 12-14.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna play with that team. Herb kept calling me, come on, man, I need you, come on. I said, man, y'all loaded. So Coach Andrew was like, nah, man, you going to high school. I was like, man, these guys big, man. He's like, man, you going to high school. So anyway, this is a quick story. So the first day I met Pete, I went down there, man, Lord Deron Garrison, rest in peace. Lord Deron Garrison.
Yeah, my guy, Lord Vaughn. Rest in peace, Shorty.
Yeah, rest in peace. That was my guy. He was like my brother. So, man, Deron Garrison came to the locker room. It was Paul Holmes and Pete sitting in the locker room. I got there early, August 15th, first day of summer practice. I got there hella early. I get there, walk in the locker room, and Coach Pete said, can I help you? Hey, son, can I help you, son? I said, yeah, I'm here to play football. He said, okay, son, if you go out the door and you go down the street about 2 blocks, the rep football program is down the street there, son.
That sounds like Pete too.
Yeah, sound just like him.
So I was like, no, Coach, I'm here to play. He said, oh, okay. So we get out there, like within the first week. They had EJ and all them guys. I knew EJ and them because where I grew up at, my grandmother lived in 4x4. And my mother lived around the neighborhood called View Ranch, Truesdale. So I was in between both houses all the time. So I had friends at 4x4 and I had friends around there. So I knew some guys. Anyway, coming in there, how I started to get noticed from Pete, they had Hollis Rives. Said, what you play, son? I said, I play a cornerback. But the first, second service, Hollis coming around the corner. I said, oh my God, this a fucking
grown man. grown.
And anybody that know me, like, I can hit. So I came out, I laid a good shot on. So Paul Payne, like, ooh, you tough ass, excuse me, I'm gonna say, well, I ain't gonna say the N-word, tough ass end, son. So I kind of got noticed. So what happened was, he said, he pulled us to the side. It was me, Noodles, we had Sean Lister, we had Bo, little guy, he passed away too, Little Harris, number 1, forgot his first name.
Yeah. Oh, he passed. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Curly hair.
Yeah.
Last name Harris. So yeah. So we had him. The guy Anthony Hackett. You know what I mean?
Hackett. Yeah.
So we had some guys, Shannon Boone, Shamar Butler, Carl Carter, Benjamin Patterson. So we had most of the guys that played that varsity. So we come in and we ran the table. We go 9-0. So we go 9-0. We go into the next year. This is where Dante going to trip at. So we going to the 10th grade year, and
they want to know why you got more passes at tight end than me.
Yeah.
That's what people want to know.
So we go to the 10th grade year, and he told us that I can put y'all on varsity, but varsity ain't really gonna be all that this year. That's what Pete told me. He's like, so ain't no need for y'all really get no bump. You got some seniors there, y'all ain't gonna get no bump. So he told like me, Tato, Malrock, a couple of us, to stay down.
That was my 11th grade year, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the year, Taz, that was the year I told you that we ain't start clicking until like the end of the year.
Yeah. That was that year. So EJ and them really want to have a good season. We was doing our thing. So we had a coach, Coach White. That's my guy, Coach White. Coach White. So what I started doing, I had a high football IQ. So I would go in there, and he had me calling the plays. So I would go in there, I would change the plays, right? So we going like halfway through the season. We're in the huddle, and Dante said, gee, how come you get a lot of calls, man? You get a lot of plays, man. I don't get no plays over here. I said, man, I call my own plays. I was calling my own. So the coach would give me a play. I would go change the play. I get the Malrock, give it to myself, whatever. I was just calling my own plays. I wasn't in the quarterback, so I was just.
Because the tight ends ran the plays in.
Yeah.
Yo, say if it was 10 passes thrown to the tight end, Garry got 9 of them. I got 1. I say, gee, Coach keep throwing you the ball. He said, man, I be changing the plays. I go to that joint, yo, wig, 61X pass, baby. Again?
Yeah, we had a ball, so we was changing our plays, you know what I mean? So we had a ball that season, you know what I mean? And I know we knew we was moving up. So we going to that 11th grade year. That 11th grade year, that's when the transition with Pete kind of was
the bull.
He was on that. They was on that BS. You know, we'll talk about that. But Pete kind of was leaving. So for me, I was kind of upset because I was going to be penciled in as the starter. So we go in that 11th grade year, and I think that the 11th grade year, that's when EJ and them was winning, right? Yeah, EJ and them was winning. So we got
that was my 12th grade year.
Yeah. So we got a chance to play the championship game. No, we played the playoffs and the championship game with EJ and them. So just passing and all that. So it was like
no, matter of fact, no. Our 10th grade year is where we moved up to play with.
Yeah.
Our 10th grade year was EJ senior year.
Yeah, 10th grade year. Yeah, so 10th grade year. So, yeah, you're right. So 10th grade year.
2 years behind me, yo.
Yeah, we 2 years behind. Because y'all 93, we 95.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was 10th grade year. Yeah, so we got a chance to play with EJ and them, you know what I mean, the Omar and Darrell and all them guys, Hollis, so we came up there, Paul Banks and all them type of guys. So we played behind them. So going into that 11th grade year, when Pete left, Stanley Mitchell came in. When he came in, I remember me and Robert Johnson. So we came in, and the first couple of practice, they had all these Norfolk guys in there.
Hold on. Before I let you keep going there.
Yeah.
How you felt. Tell me how you felt, because we talked about this a little bit last week. Tell me how you felt. All right, Coach Stan come in, you know what I'm saying? Coach Pompey was there, and it kind of, not a divide, but like Tay was saying, it was Stan guys, and it was some Pete guys, and there was some guys that was with both of them. What was you thinking at that time? Give us your mindset at that time.
My mindset was more so of, I was a little like, oh man, you know what I mean? Pete had us penciled in as starters. So like, man, I knew from rec ball, and I knew my history, like Stan, the Norfolk guy, he got his guys here. He gonna try to plug his guys in. I said, I already knew that. So I kind of felt a little disappointed, a little upset. Like, dang, you know what I mean? They got rid of Coach Pete, you know what I mean? So we had half of the team with Coach Pete, half of the guys with Coach Stan, and Coach Stan didn't really know me. He knew of me, but he didn't really know me, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I was kind of caught in between. But me being a baller, I was a baller all my life, you know what I'm saying? Me and Robert Johnson that year, we came in maybe like the first, second week of practice, and Ben Eaton and Coach Stan was in the locker room. And when I went to him, I said, look, man, I said, I know you coming in here, you know your guys. I said, but I should be a starter. He was like, oh yeah, that's how you feel? Well, prove it. So what I decided to do was, I said, when we get to practice, I'm gonna start tattooing everything that moved. I was taking cheap shots, crackbacks. I was hitting I was hitting everybody. Everybody, because I was a hitter. I knew I could hit. So I said, I'm gonna be noticed one way or another. So what happened was Ben Eaton kind of took a liking to me. Like, oh, I like this guy. He kind of tough. I like him. Because Ben Eaton really wasn't a Norfolk guy. Ben Eaton was kind of neutral. You know, he was. He was actually an old guy. So he kind of took me. I came in with my good guy, Dwayne Green, because man, Dwayne Green worked out every day at the practice, before practice on Curly High School. So I was in shape and condition.
Right.
Coming into that junior year, I was in the rotation. You know, I was lucky to be in the rotation with that team right there. We should have won. Actually, we should have won 3 in a row. We should have won that one, the one we won, and then the one after we left. So we should have had won 3 in a row.
Yep.
So
why didn't y'all win 3 in a row?
It was the we had the guy Steve, that, you know, rest in peace. Steve was like a basketball player at Dunbar. He was a hell of a baller. And Steve was like our team manager. He hung around the basketball team.
Okay.
I mean football team. I'm sorry. He hung around the football team.
Yeah.
And he passed away. So some of the players that came up with him, you know, through 9th grade, they wanted to attend the funeral. We couldn't attend the funeral and things of that nature. So it was kind of like a distraction. However, when we got to the game, we played Southern and Arundel County.
Mm-hmm.
Jumped out on him. Sean Lipscomb. He one of the players I want to talk about today too. Sean Lipscomb.
Yeah.
Dug a hole in. He dug a hole in him. They couldn't stick yo on any route. So, you know, we jumped out on him.
Yeah.
They come back with this track play. They ran the track play about 55 times.
55 times. That track with a fullback wraparound.
Fullback wraparound. You know, they ran it about.
That was that Patterson shit.
Yeah, that Patterson, that same play, man. And
we kept running past it. Yep.
They had that, and they had a damn wall on the kickoff team. They had some type of wall that was made. They had set a diagonal wall up on the kickoff. Once they get behind that wall, they was getting 40, 50 yards on every kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
wow.
Yeah, so I don't know if Dante remember this. So what happened was, I remember the fourth quarter. I was already in the rotation because, man, Nick Brown, I was playing outside linebacker. So, man, Nick would rotate. So I was rotating, you know what I mean? And the fourth quarter, Stan pulled all the sayings out. You know, dudes had tears in their eyes and stuff like that. And we got in the fourth quarter, and what's wound up being our championship team, we mostly had all our guys in there.
Yeah.
Them niggas ain't scored no more. They ain't scored no more, but all the underclassmen was in there. Them dudes ain't scored no more.
Yeah.
Now, I'm looking at the comment. Garry he said, we overplayed it and never adjusted. What y'all say to that?
I mean, the problem is we never seen it. You know what I mean? And they just took, it was a smart coaching tactic. They took our aggression. We was aggressive. So quarterback dropping and passing, we coming. You know what I mean? He would just slip it to the fullback and we were just running past it. Our linebackers was bailing out, getting there to the hook zone.
Right.
It was a perfect play. You know what I mean? That we really just never adjust. I don't think, me personally, I didn't know what they were running until we watched film the next week. Like, I didn't know who the back was getting the ball. I had no clue. And I don't think back then, you know, you have coaches up in a box looking down to see this. So for field level, you wasn't seeing that play.
Right. Yeah, so
that's what hurt us.
Yeah, we we all felt as though we should have won that. We was up.
Yeah.
And to rewind, I'm gonna rewind a little bit. The week before, like a week before that, you know, that's we beat Overly. Overly was like 12-13-0. They was the favorite to win it.
Okay.
Yep. And I sent you the article, but yeah, Overly was favored to win it. You know what I mean? And most of them guys that played on Overly was guys that I played with at Rosedale. So they was like, I'm playing against my homeboys. And they was stacked. They was like a county Dunbar. You know, everybody from Garden Village went to Overly. Yeah, so we kind of knocked off the number 1 seed, so we was living high, you know what I mean? Knocking off the number.
That's where Cofield went at, right?
Cofield?
Yeah, Joe Cofield went up Overly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
He left Dunbar and went up Overly.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a running back down Dunbar at one time, but then he went up Overly and started playing up there with them.
Yeah, Overly was stacked, you know what I mean? They was stacked, man. They had some guys, man. You know,
They did. That was kind of that was a signature win. You know what I mean? That year beating Overly. That year beating Randallstown was another signature win.
Yeah.
Beat Overly. You know, so it was kind of like we were that junior year. We was getting over that hump of okay, they really do know how to play football. They ain't just you know what I mean? Because EJ and their team was like all right. But you know, sometimes you have like that team that peaks and have a great team, but then all right, they back down to being who they are.
Right.
So and their team went up here, and then we made that run. It was like, okay, all right, I think they can play a little bit of football. And then next year was like when we beat Poly, it was like, oh, they playing football for real. You know what I mean? And that's how the tides turn. But yeah, Overly was definitely a signature win for us.
And I want to say this because I seen last time y'all was on that line. The old poets got mad. We not saying that sugarcane ain't.
And one of the biggest games of the early season, Poly hosted Dunbar. We pick up the action with Antoine Wiggins dropping the bomb. On the receiving end was Garry Smith with the juggling act to pull it in. The 40-yard pass set up this touchdown by Hinton. Dunbar led 12-0, and then Reggie Boyce took control, taking it right up the middle, shedding tackles all the way. Look at him go. He was finally brought down at the 4. That set up this touchdown by Ali Culpepper. That's all they would need because the defense and Tommy Powley would strut their stuff all day. Dunbar knocks off Powley 26-6.
All right, once again, what does this win mean for the Dunbar program? Oh, it means a lot. It's going to bring some good attention to our program and make more players want to come to Dunbar for football, not just only basketball. This just helps the school spirit. This not only in the wintertime for basketball, but football too.
People gonna look around and say Dunbar is more than just a basketball; it's a football school too. We have an outstanding football program. We always been playing good football, but maybe now we can be consistent, and people probably pay more attention to us now. And probably now some of the kids that go other places might want to come with us now and play football for us.
It was a big accomplishment because we lost one by 6 points last year. So I'm glad we beat them.
It means a lot to me. I'm coming out to a different program. You know, you gotta prove yourself. You know, a new transfer student. There, they think you didn't. You know, you can play, but it's just a matter of proving yourself to the coaches and other players that you can play.